Let's talk about following direction. Hey, what's up? I'm Marc Scott with another quick voiceover tip for you. This one on specifically following casting directions. I ran a casting in the VOpreneur group, and I want to read for you the exact description that I wrote. It says, casting, females for children's e-learning. English, adult with voices geared towards children. Email Marc at marcscottvoiceover.com with a link to your children's e-learning demo. Subject line, children's e-learning. Deadline is December 14th at 9 a.m. Very simple instructions, right? Make it very clear that I'm looking for females, that I'm looking for voices that are geared towards children, that I need you to email me, not Facebook message me, email me with a link. By the way, a link, not an attachment, and a very specific subject line, which was children's e-learning. Now, I included those instructions for a couple of different reasons. First and foremost, I hate getting stuff in my Facebook inbox because I can't keep it all straight. I live out of my email inbox, so that's why I want you to email me. Secondly, I have a rule set up so that when emails come in with the subject line children's e-learning, it filters them into a particular folder. That way it makes it easier for me to sort through all of the submissions that I receive. So there's a very specific reason for that. And I also wanted a link because ultimately I wanted to be able to direct my client to websites if they want to be able to find out more about a particular talent that they want to choose. So I want to give you a breakdown. Of the 40 submissions that were submitted on time, and I actually have had a number of submissions that have come in since the casting has been closed, a number of submissions that came in after the deadline, but we're not going to talk about that. But let's just talk about the submissions that did come in on time. There were 40 samples that were submitted on time, and this was a relatively short window. I posted the posting on Sunday evening, later Sunday evening, and had to put a 9 a.m. Eastern deadline on Monday morning. But of the 40 samples that came in, 35% of the samples had the wrong subject line. 35%. We're talking about 14 that had the wrong subject line. So just by putting the wrong subject line, your email did not filter into the folder that I had set up, which meant that it wasn't where I needed it to be. You made my life more difficult for the casting simply because you could not use the subject line that I included in the directions. 35% of people that submitted got the subject line wrong. 48%, almost half, 19 of the 40 samples attached an MP3 or a WAV file. They did not include a link to their website. 48%. The instructions very clearly said email a link to Marc at marcscottvoiceover.com, but 48% sent me an attachment instead, and 15% of the samples that I received, which was 6, got both of them wrong. Both the subject line was wrong and they sent an attachment. This stuff can't happen. There's no excuse for this to happen, and I don't want to feel like your dad. I don't want to feel like your grumpy dad that's here giving you heck because you don't know how to follow the rules. I'm trying to help you. When you get auditions from your agents, those auditions from the agents tend to have very specific directions in them, and there's a reason for those very specific directions. Usually the agents are doing similar things like I'm doing and how they're filtering their inbox, or maybe they have to upload samples to a specific website and they have to have a specific file naming structure. There's a lot of different reasons. The most important thing is this: it doesn't matter what the reason is. If they ask for something specific, it is your responsibility to read the directions and follow the directions. All of the directions. And if you can't do that, I promise you that you're missing out on opportunities. I can tell you right now that the 35% of the people who put the wrong subject line in were immediately dismissed from my casting. The 48% that sent an attachment instead of a link, immediately dismissed from my casting. Why? If I can't trust you to follow the most basic directions from a casting, it was a 3-sentence casting. If I can't trust you to follow the most basic directions from a casting, how can I know that I can trust you with one of my clients? Because my name is on the line now. When I am referring you to one of my clients, if somebody does a bad job for them, it reflects poorly on me if I'm the one that made the referral. So if you are not following the directions exactly as they are written, I promise you, you are missing out on opportunities, and the only person you're hurting in the long run is you. So read the emails that you get from your agents, read the directions that are posted in casting sites, make sure that you are doing everything specifically as it is listed, because it is being listed that way for a reason. Want more tips? Check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you never have to miss another one again. And of course, make sure you listen to the Everyday VOpreneur podcast at VOpreneur.com.